Hello everybody, today we have another video. Today's video is what is the best reptile for you? Man, that is a question that I'm sure lots of you want to know. What is the best reptile for you? Okay, so let's start off with I have not owned every single reptile that I've already mentioned. I have 3 reptiles. Right now you're looking at aquatic turtles, but these species are painted turtles. They are maybe $20 in the pet store, but I recommend rescuing them from the wild, or if they're not in a good home. Like if Michelangelo, the big turtle, he's gonna be turning 3 this year, and he was found in a parking lot, like no water was near. I really don't know where he came from, but now he's gotta go try to eat fish. And Leonardo was found right there in my yard. Like, I don't have a pond or anything like that. There is a lake about 2 minutes away, but it's a far ways away. I mean, you gotta cross a complete cornfield, woods. So there's no way he came from there. But of course, they won't come on camera. There we go. They're back and focused. But these are turtles, and I also own a leopard gecko, which right now, let me show you him. He's right over there in that cage, and I'll talk about leopard geckos in a minute, but that's where he is. And so the first thing I'd like to note is all reptiles must have, I can't think of any reptile that does not need a heat source. It's very important they have their heat. Like, don't skip out on their heat. So that's the number 1 rule. And reptiles are a pretty big cost. They might be the most expensivest animal, besides dogs and cats. I mean, they're not cheap. But just know it's usually at the beginning. It's kind of like a one-time cost, you could say. But there will be gradual costs, monthly costs, as probably around every 6 months you have to get another heating bulb. Who knows, it depends what animal you have. You might need crickets. In reptiles, they need quite a bit of space. They are a very spacious animal, but once you get into the reptile hobby, in my opinion, it's probably one of the best. It's awesome. I mean, there's so many good things about all animals, but we're talking about reptiles. Okay, the first thing I'd like to say is reptiles, they breathe through, if you guys have ever seen a salamander, those are amphibians. Quite often people will think, oh, that's a lizard. Nope, it's a salamander. What's the difference? Salamanders, they breathe through their skin. Lizards, they breathe through their mouth and nose. They are a reptile. They have some sort of scales, usually. And amphibians are smooth. So, yes. And this video is, I'll probably make videos later on like what's the best pet turtle, what's the best lizard, you know, what's the best rodent. I'll be making tons of these what's the best. So there really is no best, but it's like what's best for you is if you are just starting off, you've never ever had a reptile. A bearded dragon is a really good option. They are somewhat affordable. They're a little bit expensive at first, but it gets better. Bearded dragons will run you at about 40 to 50 bucks as a baby, and the average lifespan I believe is like, let me look. I think it was 20 years. Was it? Approximately 10. So yes. And if you would like a picture of a bearded dragon, right there is a bearded dragon. Bearded dragon. Right there's some good stuff about them. Now, this pamphlet, it's a pamphlet. Don't just decide if you're gonna get a reptile off of a pamphlet, and especially PetSmart pamphlet. If you guys have been into the hobby quite often, you know PetSmart's not the best place to get a pet because of, well, they are chain breeders. They get their animals from like really big breeding companies that don't take any really care. I mean, PetSmart, Petco's your last resort, but you know, they don't take care. You should rescue them. If you're just beginning, I would recommend getting a really good, like, not rescuing, because, well, rescuing's never bad, but they're probably not gonna live super long if you're a beginner buying it from PetSmart Petco. I've made that mistake, but if you guys want to know more, look up why it is bad to buy pets from PetSmart and Petco. They can explain it way better than I ever could. And yeah, so in that video, I don't have any videos. Well, one of the videos I recommend about talking about it is Tyler Reggie, but that's a complete another YouTube channel. He explains, but anyhow, we are really off subject. But a bearded dragon, that is a great beginner. They need a 40-gallon tank that will last them their entire life. And yeah, so that's bearded dragon. And you can hold them. They get a little big, but if you don't have a whole lot of money or space, I highly recommend a leopard gecko is a really good option. They can be fine in a 10-gallon glass aquarium for their entire life. They live about 10 years. Some have been known to live past 23. I actually have a leopard gecko, and the only bad thing I'd say about them is they shed, and they have stuck shed on their fingers, and it's really hard to get it off unless you have this one product. Let me go get it. Okay, I'm back. This right here is what it looks like. Reptile shedding aid. It will be in a box like so. You can purchase. This was $5.49 right there, as you can see. My local pet store. And ooh. Sorry about that. Okay, we're back. But it just helps get it off really nice. And just put their fingers in warm water, spray that, it should come right off. Completely healthy. And yeah, so that's a good pet lizard that's fairly tiny. And if you're looking for a lizard that can climb glass, that's pretty cool. I cannot stress this enough. Green anoles are great beginner lizards. If you want something that climbs glass, they're amazing. I've never had one. They're like $7 to get one, 10-gallon aquarium. It's pretty cool. They're called green anoles, if you want to look that up. And yeah, they're pretty cool little lizards. They're not really much for handling, they're kind of skittish, but if you want something that climbs glass that's not skittish, a crested gecko. Excuse me. They are the size of a leopard gecko, except they just like climb glass. And yeah, they're kind of cool too. And yeah, another option is the day gecko. That they climb glass too. I like geckos are good for tinier spaces. But if you have all the space in the world, a blue-tongued skink. They can be found in a 40-gallon. They eat dog food and cat food. Yeah, you heard me right. They eat dog food and cat food. I've never had one, but they're a little bit pricey, and they kind of look like a snake with arms. It's kind of cool. They're called blue-tongued skinks. There's all types of skinks. You can look that up. Pretty cool little lizard. They're expensive though. So yeah. And yeah, that's some good pet lizards for beginners. Another good one would be I don't know, those are really the best lizards you can get for a beginner. The best turtle you can get, I would recommend for a beginner, is tortoises are gonna be really good. They just are probably gonna outlive you, so have a backup plan where you are gonna pass them down to, because they can live. Some can live 100, some can live 50. Yeah, turtles live really long. Aquatic turtles live about 30 years, and so yeah, aquatic turtles. Turtles need big spaces. I really don't recommend turtles for beginners because they are pretty hard to care for. What I mean by that is they need big space. A lot of money goes into turtles. And yeah, so, but if you have the money, space, and time, amazing pets. But very messy. This tank right here is pretty clean for a turtle tank. I don't know how it is, but some species are painted turtles, red-eared sliders, African slide necks. I've never had one, but they look pretty cool. I wouldn't quite recommend spiny soft-shelled turtles for beginners. They get really big and they bite you pretty good. So yeah, that's really all the pet turtles. But tortoise-wise, they're just very expensive. I don't know a whole lot about them. I've had a box turtle. Box turtles are good. I don't know much about tortoises, but there's a difference between tortoise and turtle. Turtle live in the water mostly, and tortoise live on land. So, and you can put fish with aquatic turtles, so it's kind of cool. And yeah, that's just some reptiles I recommend. Hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, smash that like button. If you really liked it, or if you have any questions, please comment down below. I will be happy to answer them as soon as I get a chance. And subscribe, like, comment, and I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Have an awesome day. See you guys there. Bye.